welcome to the Lone Star State. We are in Dallas, Texas, and tonight the stakes couldn't be higher. We are TNA Wrestling, and we are live. The countdown to Genesis. I am your host, Mean Gia Miller, and I am not alone here tonight. I've got a panel of some of the greatest minds, greatest voices in wrestling. First, to my left, many words I could use to describe this man. Extreme, legendary. We'll stick with those. This is Tommy Dreamer.
Tonight, what a night we're gonna have here in Dallas. Genesis means the new beginning. I am so excited for what you all gonna see here tonight.
Well, thank you, Dreamer. Thank you, Dreamer. I also have the voice of Busted Open, Dave LaGreca.
Let me tell you something. It is freezing outside, but it is hot here tonight for TNA Genesis. Let me hear ya.
And last, last but certainly not least, a former world champion and the world's strongest man, Mark Henry.
All right, I appreciate that. I wanted some of what Dave had today. He was fired up, man. Hey, listen, I'm excited to be here. I love the TNA brand. I love what they're doing. And I hope that y'all follow them on all their social media platforms, as well as download everything that relates to TNA's pay-per-views, Genesis. And listen, right now, this card is one of my favorite cards that I've seen TNA have in the last year or two, and I'm looking forward to seeing what goes on tonight.
Amen. Well, gentlemen, thank you so much for being here tonight. We have got so much action. We've got our main event of Genesis. Nick Nemeth will defend his TNA World Championship against Joe Hendry. You see him arriving to the building right there. Earlier today, he arrived and he is ready for that world title match against none other than the wanted man, Nick Nemeth. He, you see, is arriving to the building earlier today. But that's not all of the action we have. We've got knockouts action. Jordynne Grace versus Tessa Blanchard. And you see here, Jordynne Grace and Tessa Blanchard both arrived to the building safely earlier today. They were kept separately because there was a lot of animosity going on between those two. You'll see here just how intense this rivalry can become. Tessa has brought a very different side of her. I don't think anybody was expecting to see her. Dreamer, were you expecting to see Tessa?
I was not expecting to see Tessa, and listen, Tessa is a third-generation star with her roots deep here in Texas, and Jordynne Grace is a star with her roots here in Texas. This is personal because of all the behind-the-scenes stuff and plus stuff you've seen in front. These two women are going to beat the living hell out of each other tonight because it is personal. Trust me when I tell you.
It definitely is personal. And let me tell you this, Jordynne Grace is the foundation of this Knockouts division. She has carried this division for the last 2 years. Tessa Blanchard is coming in, but we'll see if she can knock off a little of that ring rust in this ring at Genesis tonight.
Man, listen, Jordynne Grace had one of the most stellar years in 23 and 24. I look forward to seeing a continuation of that for the rest of this year in 25. Tessa, like I was saying earlier, Tessa's been gone for a while. Is she going to be able to have the cardio to be able to go into deep water with somebody like Jordynne Grace? And, I hate to choose sides, but, I have to. She's from Austin, Texas. Let's go Horns.
Well, that match goes on later on tonight on Genesis. Tessa Blanchard versus Jordynne Grace. It's gonna be insane. We could talk all night, but let's hear from Jordynne Grace herself, her thoughts on this matchup on Genesis.
Believe it or not, at one point in time, I wanted to be Tessa Blanchard. She had everything, but the one thing that she could never wrap her head around was the concept of respect. This company gave her everything and she abandoned it. There's a reason that Tessa has a separate locker room at TNA. And it's not because she's special. It's because she's scorned. I don't want her here. The locker room doesn't want her here. And most importantly, the fans don't want her here. So tonight, I'm gonna do something that I know everyone will appreciate, and that's beat Tessa and send her back exactly where she belongs, into obscurity.
Ooh.
Well, it's no mystery how Jordynne Grace feels about Tessa Blanchard.
I don't think she left any mystery to it.
Yeah, but here's where I disagree with you, Mark and Dave. Tessa was crushing it down in Mexico. Tessa is a next-level athlete, just like Jordynne. These two women have a lot to prove. And when was the last time Tessa lost in a TNA ring? Think of that.
That's a good point.
Yeah, but you know what, Tommy? Tessa has to be a little nervous going into this match tonight. Jordynne Grace already, I saw 2 hours ago, already had her game face on for this match. So a lot of the pressure is on Tessa Blanchard.
Hey, listen, in pressure bust pipes. Like, you can make a mistake very easily when the pressure's on you, regardless of how well you performed. I've been world champion, I've been a chaser of the championship. And both times, the energy was different. Like, what is her energy gonna be like? Is she gonna be able, when she gets tired, to answer the call when she really needs that?
Well, with all of that being said, I think it's time to make some predictions. Dreamer, who's your victor?
I got to go with the Juggernaut, sorry.
Okay. Dave?
Jordynne Grace, I mean, she has never disappointed these TNA fans. I don't think she's gonna do it tonight either.
You know, my man right here said, "Oh, that's bull crap." But I'm gonna have to go with Jordynne Grace too, bro. Sorry.
Well, that's a clean sweep across this panel because I'm going to go with Jordynne Grace too. I mean, I've watched all of the things that she's done in the past several years here in TNA. She has really carried the Knockouts division on her back. I mean, really, the whole company on her back. But speaking of the Knockouts division, we've got some Knockouts World Tag Team titles on the line tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Spitfire will defend against Ash and Heather by Elegance. Gentlemen, how are we feeling about that match?
This is another interesting matchup. I got to tell you, I hate the concierge. He was trying to fix my suit earlier. I was like, there's no helping this. This is just how I look. I'm sorry. He's annoying. I don't like him, and he's going to try to get involved, and that's what worries me for the champs.
Fair enough. Dave? Oh, there's no...
How can I put my money against anybody else but Ash and Heather Elegance? I'm sorry. This says it all right here.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not going to side with Ash just because we have a long past. I grew up watching strength and conditioning shows, and she was one of the better fitness athletes that I got to see.
We could talk about her all night. There's so much to say.
But I'm going with Spitfire.
Yeah, okay, Spitfire. And I'm going to say Spitfire retains. But that's not all Knockouts action we have. We've got a world title opportunity. Rosemary challenges against Masha Slamovich.
So they tell us this is where we come to talk about sin.
You want me to confess sins? How long you got?
It's been 7 long years since we last laid our hands on the Knockouts World Championship. And we do have a confession to make, Masha. We'll do anything to get it back.
7 years. It must have been hard. Waiting for those 7 years. Watching everyone else pass you by.
Pass us by? More like replaced us. Everything that's been given to you used to be ours. The monsters fall, the demons dance, countless hardcore matches. We were the epitome of violence in this company.
The only one who took anything from you was you.
And will you prove yourselves?
Default depression.
All the monsters fall, the demons dances, and everything adds up to this. The Ravens, Clockwork Orange, House of Fun. You know that you are stepping into this match with one of the most violent knockouts in TNA history. You let the sin creep in, darling. I'm going to take your soul piece by piece.
And I feel your blood running down my hands. And I can smell it in your hair. And I can taste it on my tongue. And baby, we're either gonna touch the sky or I'm dragging you to hell with me.
Man.
Ooh, I've got chills, not just because of hearing from those two women, but because this will be the first ever all knockouts Clockwork Orange House of Fun match. So you're witnessing history here in Dallas. Now, I'm so happy to have this panel here with me, but we're not alone. We are joined ringside by our broadcast team, Tom Hannafin and Matthew Raywalt. Gentlemen, how are you feeling tonight?
We're really excited, Gia. Honestly, this is such an exciting time for everyone in professional wrestling. Earlier on this week, the partnership between TNA Wrestling and WWE was finally made public. There's just so many possibilities, crossover opportunities between NXT and TNA. They feel limitless.
I mean, I've seen it all around the social media sphere. Some former friends of yours and mine have already made their thoughts and desires known to maybe show up in a Impact Zone, a TNA ring, and some of that might happen right here tonight at Genesis.
You never know what can happen. That's the beauty of TNA Wrestling. This really is a new beginning for all of us in this company. We're so excited for what is possible in 2025, Gia, and we love the crossover of Busted Open Radio and TNA Wrestling. It's perfect.
Awesome.
I agree.
Well, I know everyone's excited for you guys to be here. I mean, with this crossover happening, I mean, is there anyone you're expecting to maybe show up here tonight?
I don't want to spoil anything, that's for sure. I mean,
yeah.
who knows what we're going to see
So you know
tonight.
something I don't?
I mean, I didn't
You
say
know
that,
something?
but you know now there could be some big surprises.
That's fair. That's fair.
evening.
Who's that? Wait.
Oh, my God.
Thank you. It is I, Miss NXT NA, Ariana Grace. Do you see what I did there?
Very smart.
I am so thrilled to be at Genesis. And as liaison, I would like to accept full responsibility and all of the credit for facilitating this beautiful relationship between NXT and TNA. So you're welcome!
What are you talking about?
You're so welcome. This relationship is built upon respect. It's built upon talent. And of course, a little bit of drama.
And
which
delusion.
I love. Tonight, so many of my besties are here. But I won't tell you who, because that would ruin the surprise, and honestly, I would never do that. but expect to see some familiar faces. It's gonna be magnificent.
Magnificent indeed. Thank you, Ariana. Hey, by the way, you look good today.
Aww.
But only today, Thank you. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen,
That's not true. That's not
but especially the ladies, allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Ashante, the Adonis, and even on TNA, I am the main attraction. Dallas, hey, if you from Dallas, let me hear you make some noise. Yeah. Dallas, how about them Commanders? Okay. Adonisly, look. I'm really here to kick off the partnership between WWE and TNA. So I'm here to initiate an open challenge to any TNA superstar in the back that thinks they can hang with the Adonis. What's up with it? Anybody?
And you shall receive, and maybe just a little bit more than you bargained for.
So Ashanti the Adonis from NXT has issued an open challenge on TNA turf, and it's been answered by the 265-pound powerhouse known as Jake Something. And Raywalt, we've got ourselves a referee.
Let's go. That looks like this open challenge. It's official. It's on. It's been answered. And Jake Something is more than ready to go.
There's the bell. Oh, and Adonis trying to get the jump on Jake Something here as we officially christen the partnership between WWE and TNA Wrestling here at TNA Genesis.
Ashante the Adonis really trying to give himself a first-class introduction here to the TNA faithful, but meeting a pretty nasty beginning in this impromptu matchup.
He tried to introduce himself. Oh, and all the ladies in attendance. I think, wouldn't Carmen Petrovich be kind of upset about that?
I mean, maybe it's that kind of thing if you're not in the same zip code. I don't know, but something is in the building with him right now.
Oh, that was a horrible idea.
Oh, and a huge forearm blast by Jake Something. If this is your first time seeing Jake Something, you are in for a treat. Absolute raw power, a freak athlete, and has had a horrible temper for the bulk of 2024. Adonis, oh, there's the airdrop. Drove Jake Something throat first into the top rope, and now Adonis takes over.
I mean, that's what you're going to have to do if you want to take down a beast like Jake Something. Any which way you can. Use the rope, use the ring, use whatever you can, and do not stop.
Some impromptu action here on the countdown to Genesis, and there is scheduled competition still to come here on the countdown to Genesis. We will see Leon Slater go one-on-one with Frankie Kazarian here live in Dallas, Texas. We invite you to follow along with all the action. TNA Wrestling is now on Snapchat. Go behind the scenes with exclusive content and can add us at This Is TNA now on Snapchat.
Something lining up here, swinging for the fences with Ashante Adonis here.
Off of the ropes. Oh, and able to level Jake Something.
Hey, but any which way you toss it, here you go into the cover.
Cover, pressing the shoulders down, kick out at one.
Ashante the Adonis is taking it to Jake Something, which is not something that a lot of people can say they've done.
We invite you to scan the QR code that you can see on your screen right now. Genesis kicks off live on pay-per-view and especially TNA Plus in about 40 minutes time at 8 p.m. Eastern. Again, scan that QR code and subscribe now to TNA Plus. You haven't seen anything until you've seen everything.
And Adonis there turning his back on Jake Something, even for the moment. Not something I recommend you do. but doing a great job here of keeping his foot on the gas pedal with the larger Jake Something.
We want to say hello to everyone watching us live and free on TNA's social and digital platforms, of course, TNA Plus, and live on Sportsnet 360 in Canada. What a bright future for TNA and Sportsnet 360 in 2025.
And we are kicking the year off. As far as our major live events, there's going to be a lot of them throughout 2025, kicking it all off here with Genesis. And we're already starting with impromptu action here.
Yeah, Jake Something is picking up right where he left off this past Thursday night on Impact as he defeated Laredo Kid in a hell of a matchup. Boot right to the face there by Ashanti the Adonis. Going up top. Oh! Shot down out of the sky.
Good night. He ain't going to be kissing anyone with those lips after that one.
A little tribute to the Ultimate Warrior there, and now trying to set up. Could this be the end of Ashanti the Adonis tonight? Calls this into the void. Cover. Welcome to TNA, Ashanti the Adonis.
Here is your winner, Jake Something.
You step into the lion's den and you might just get bit. Jake Something making a big statement as we kick off Genesis here.
Jake Something is a one-man wrecking crew in TNA Wrestling. We are just getting warmed up tonight in Dallas. This is Genesis.
If you won't give me respect, then I'm gonna take it.
The man who transcended professional wrestling in 2024.
I have my shot at the TNA World Championship.
One of the best wrestlers walking the planet.
We are gonna beat the hell out of each other, steal the show, but I walk out as champ.
TNA Wrestling presents Genesis, tonight on pay-per-view.
Well, we've already seen just a taste of that crossover, so we're only getting started, so who knows how the rest of the night's gonna go. So, listen, we've talked about the partnership, we've talked about some knockouts action, but we've got to address the elephant in the room that is the system. Right, exactly. They've got quite a night ahead of them. Moose will put his X Division championship on the line against Ace Austin, but we'll also see Brian Myers and Eddie Edwards face off against Eric Young and Steve Macklin. I mean, guys, you've seen a lot from the system. Dave, you already look like you've got something to say.
Listen, they dominated 2024. Who knows what they're going to do now that we're in 2025? And it starts tonight, especially with Moose and what he's carrying with him, that X Division championship.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's... Oh, my gosh.
Lord.
Cannot get a word out.
No, you can't. It's just how
Shut
it is around here.
the hell up, Tommy, Gia,
Anything.
Dave, and Mark. We don't want to hear you. Like I promised a couple of weeks ago at Genesis, I'm going to debut what I have right here in this bag, a brand new X Division championship fit for the face of the franchise. Talk to him, JDC.
You know what? I feel like talking tonight, big man. I'm going to go right down to that desk and do a little commentary for this next match. What do you think about that?
I love it. I love it.
Yeah?
Well, that's just kind of how the system does things, clearly, and we will get to that action. But we have other things to talk about first, including...
So hated, the system.
There's so many great things to talk about other than that.
Yeah, other than that. You know what, let's avert and talk about something that we want to talk about. The World Tag Team Championships.
Ooh.
The Hardy Hardys will put them on the line tonight against the Rascals.
Listen, the Hardys, as everybody... There you go.
They already know.
Listen, everybody loves the Hardys. The Hardys are legends. Matt and Jeff, I mean, they are first ballot Hall of Famers. There is no doubt. But it's a new year, and the Rascals, I really think this is their year. Tonight is the Rascals' night. We're going to see new tag teams. We're going to see new tag team champions, Mark.
The Rascals have idolized the Hardys. They looked up to the Hardys. They've actually had some mentorship from the Hardys. You want to be able to see somebody rise to the occasion, but against the Hardys, who have won on every continent, they've competed in every company, and right now in TNA, they are the cream of the crop. And I just have to go with the guys that put that time in.
Yeah, that's fair.
For all of you who don't know, the Rascals got into this business because the Hardys were their heroes. They were the inspirations. The beauty of what we do and the beauty of this business is we get to wrestle and hang out with our heroes. For me, I got to hang out with the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. I got to wrestle Terry Funk. Tonight is a dream match come true, a first time ever for the Rascals. This is where dreams are made of, like literally. And for the fact that the Rascals get to do that, but to the other point, the Hardys are on this next level. I love Matt and Jeff. They have been the innovators of tag team wrestling for a long, long time, and I know I'm going to get a lot of crap from Bully Ray, but I don't care about that. Guys, just sit back and enjoy this because it's a once-in-a-lifetime of somebody who worships somebody, and you get to see it live in the ring tonight.
Gia, it's a new era. It's a new era, and I think the face of the tag team division after tonight is going to be the Rascals.
Well, we could talk about it all night.
Double down on the Rascals.
But let's hear about it and see all that we have in store for that World Tag Team title match.
When you're talking about the TNA World Tag Team Championships, you are talking about the best of the best. And right now, those titles are being held by absolute legends. Go, the dream tag team that we grew up watching.
The Hardys have been reborn in 2024.
Smoke them if you got them, and the Rascals been blazing a trail, baby. We're making dreams come true, and we're riding this high. But I got a question for you. What do you guys think about the Rascals versus the Hardys?
You can run it high. It's time to come alive. What you got aside, that's how you survive.
The two of you certainly remind us of us. You're invincible, you're hungry, you're extreme. In Dallas, Texas, Genesis, I think a big show like that deserves a big match like this.
It's time to come alive. It's the battlefield. It's time to come alive. Welcome to the battlefield.
The Hardy train, as the TNA World Tag Team Champions, is moving full steam ahead, and nothing stops the Hardy train.
Dallas, Texas. Get ready for the Rascals and the Hardys and what's going to be known as the Tag Team Wrestling Match of the Year. We're going to blow the roof off the place.
Wow.
I don't know about you, but that video package got me so hyped, dog. Oh my God, Genesis.
Sorry. Dallas, Texas. Are you ready? Because the Rascals are. The Rascals woke up this morning and they had something to do. Do you know what we're here to do? We are challenging the Hardys for those TNA Tag Team Championships for the first time ever.
Oh my God, from the top of the dresser to the trampoline to the top rope. Hopefully I get to Swanton Bomb Jeff Hardy tonight. Boy, it's a dream come true. Dallas, Texas, Genesis, it doesn't get bigger than this. Oh man.
We hope you're watching. Smoke them if you got them. The Hardys and the Rascals, we got all of them.
They look ready. They look ready.
They do. Their energy is just so infectious. Anytime I'm around the Rascals, I can't help but just get just as hype as they are. Okay, I'm sorry. Calm down. But Mark, after seeing what the Rascals had to say, are you still counting them out?
I never counted them out. I just said that the Hardys have a lot of experience. They've been through many, many wars. And these guys, I give them all the respect in the world. They work hard, they want to be great, and they they have a chance against their idols.
Yeah.
Listen, I might just be a cook, but this is when the Rascals take it. They take it tonight. New champion. I don't care. It's the truth. Face it, it's the truth.
It's not.
Well,
Thank you.
Personally, I've gotten really close with the Rascals over the last several years. You know, I knew them before they were even in TNA, and it's like Dreamer said, they have idolized the Hardys for so long. And while Zach and Trey, they might not be blood brothers, they're a different type of bond. It's that bond that you create when you're on the road every single day of the year, just putting your body on the line. They have a bond that really is brotherly. I can't describe it in any other way.
Say it. Say it's their night. Say it's the Rascals' night tonight, and we're going to see new tag champ. Say it, Gia. Say it, Gia. They want you to say it. Listen to them.
You know what? I will always, forever love the Hardys. But I think you might be right, Dave. I think we might have new tag team champions tonight.
Tonight. New tag team champions in TNA.
I always got to go with experience trumps youth, and the Hardys will find something, do something to pull one out. And they always say Hardy countries in the Carolinas. I think Hardy countries across the world, man. What they are doing for the fans, you know, like tonight. Again, the action you're going to see tonight, we all do this because we love you guys, and we have this heart, but you guys are our blood. This is the reason why we do this. This is why we bust our bodies for you guys, and we love you too. Trust me. There's a bunch of men and women in the back that are going to go to the extreme for you guys tonight. We're going to have a packed house tonight. I couldn't be prouder of the men and women of what we're going to see tonight.
Well, we're going to see so much, but before we get to that tag team title match, we got more action here on the Countdown.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from Yucca Valley, California, weighing in at 220 pounds, Frankie Kazarian.
Well, we are set for more action here on the Countdown to Genesis. And again, scan that QR code on your screen right now if you're not already subscribed to TNA Plus. And you can enjoy Genesis, which begins live on TNA Plus and pay-per-view beginning at 8 p.m. Eastern from right here in Dallas, Texas. You can subscribe to TNA Plus. You haven't seen anything until you've seen everything.
And Frankie Kazarian, at some point, I have to imagine this year is going to make sure we see everything in his hand. That infamous Call Your Shot trophy. Always remember that the King of TNA has an opportunity for any title, and we know he's had his eyes on that TNA World title.
Now, Frankie Kazarian, by virtue of winning the Call Your Shot gauntlet back at Bound for Glory in October, that means he can call his shot for a TNA title match of his choosing anytime, anywhere. He's made it very clear he wants the TNA World Championship.
And his opponent, from Bradford, England, weighing in at 198 pounds, Leon Slater.
Some history between Leon Slater and Frankie Kazarian that dates all the way back to their time in the United Kingdom. And speaking of which, TNA Wrestling is so proud to be collaborating with Blacksmith, the brand for premium wrestling merchandise. Officially licensed TNA apparel is available for pre-order now. Visit blacksmith.co.uk/TNA to get your gear now. TNA and Blacksmith, forged by greatness. And we are joined here on commentary, as we heard moments ago, on the Countdown to Genesis, a member of the system who has disrobed and got himself extremely comfortable. JDC is here on commentary.
See, Tom, why do you keep yelling in my ear, man?
Do you want me? I can mute him down.
Can you turn him down a little bit? Why is he screaming?
That one.
I brought you both a jacket. Actually, I'm sorry, I only brought one for you, man. I don't think they have them in kids' sizes.
No kidding. Look at that.
Okay.
Fresh from the hands of JDC. That's a gift.
Sorry,
That's a
Tim.
man.
I'm sorry, Timmy.
Thanks.
All right.
No, you're not. You don't have to be. It's okay. Look at that. That's beautiful.
Brand new TNA and Blacksmith gear available now.
Smells like the system, Tom.
That
smells like victory.
Repulsive. So here we go. This is Leon Slater one-on-one with Frankie Kazarian and Ray Walt. We saw how a few weeks ago Frankie Kazarian tried to convince Leon Slater to be his understudy, I guess. Basically, Frankie Kazarian wanted Leon Slater to carry his trophy around for him.
AKA offered a young kid the opportunity of a lifetime to learn from a veteran of this sport and one of the best to ever do it. Oh, God, yeah. How rude of Frankie Kazarian.
Frankie Kazarian joined us on commentary this past Thursday night on
Wasn't
Impact.
that fun? Didn't you have fun?
Leon Slater defeated Trent Seven, and Kazarian tried to jump Slater after the fact, knowing that these two would be competing tonight here on the Countdown to Genesis. JDC, you went one-on-one with Leon Slater on the Countdown to Final Resolution last month, and you cheated to beat Leon Slater.
Cheated?
He does this every week.
Cheated.
You had your feet on the ropes.
I did not have my feet on the ropes.
You absolutely did.
I did. Are you still wearing your contacts, Tom? No, apparently not. I'm out here scouting Leon Slater for the system. We got our eyes on him, okay? And you're trying to distract me by innuendos. Come on.
It's a big night for the system.
That's why you don't get a jacket.
Mr. Curtis, obviously, Moose will be defending his X Division championship against Ace Austin, and then your buddies, Eddie Edwards and Brian Myers of the system, will be facing Steve Macklin and Eric Young in tag team action tonight, and you are here.
I am here.
No, we see he's here scouting, Tom. Did you listen?
Scouting.
Back elbow there by Slater. Plenty to scout here. So what do you think of JDC?
What does he think of JDC? I think he thinks JDC is pretty good.
Do you have 3 hours for me to tell you how I feel about myself?
How do you feel about Leon Slater?
Good upside. He's going to stop showboating so much to the crowd. Look at him. These people don't care about him. They do not care about him. He's got to keep his eyes on the vet.
Yeah, especially when you're in there with someone like Frankie Kazarian, someone who's done pretty much everything there is to do in this business and still doing it at such a high level.
My exact point.
He's trying to flip Frankie Kazarian once again. Kazarian able to catch Slater there in the corner.
Watch this.
Oh, dumping Slater hard to the outside.
Yep.
It don't got to be fancy sometimes, folks.
No.
Simple yet effective.
Yep. How old do you think Leon is?
He is 20 years old.
Wow.
Started wrestling when he was 9 in the United Kingdom. Over a decade of experience and his limitless potential.
Write that down for me, Tom.
Okay. Meanwhile, there's Frankie Kazarian, who's been a part of TNA on and off for well over 2 decades. One of the originals of TNA wrestling. 5-time X Division champion. One of the most decorated stars to ever compete in this company. Built this company from the ground up.
Finally, Tom, you have a couple of nice words for Frankie Kazarian. Thank God.
Slingshot leg drop. Here's the cover. Kick out by Slater. Yeah, that was until early on last year. He stabbed his longtime friend Eric Young, another TNA original, in the back and abandoned him. Then tried to pursue the TNA World Championship. He assaulted our reigning champion Nick Nemeth over the summer in the lead up to Slammiversary. He low blowed the TNA Hall of Famer Rhino and bound for glory to win the Call Your Shot Gauntlet. Off the side Russian leg sweep and a kick out by Slater.
Did you ask Frankie what cologne he's wearing tonight, Tom?
I did not.
I did.
Okay.
It's called Boarhide Beauty. We're deep here in Texas. It smells like a damn animal in the best way possible.
Smells like last night.
Oh, and how?
What happened last night?
Yeah, don't worry about it.
A kick right to the midsection there by Kazarian, able to double Slater. Spinning neck breaker.
Cover by Kaz, shoulders down and a kick out. Kazarian calls himself the king of TNA.
Again, with good reason. You laid out all the reason for that. Here's a guy who is the bedrock of this company, the foundation of what it all means to be a TNA wrestler here. Meanwhile, he's in there with one of the best young upstarts we've seen in a long time. I gotta ask JDC, what are you seeing? What can?
Right from Kowalski's school, right there.
But what can Slater do to get out of this situation, JDC? You're the vet too.
He's got to stop showboating, like I just said. He's got to stop pandering to the crowd. He's trying to gain their affection. This crowd does not care about him. There will be another upstart coming along in a month or two, and they'll just move right on to the next thing. That's why I'm out here. Maybe, possibly, to give him some guidance down the road.
Shot right to the back of the neck. That's what Frankie Kazarian claims he's after with Leon Slater. Wants to, by his words, guide him in the right direction. It feels like Frankie Kazarian is just trying to use Leon Slater for his dirty work.
Look, Leon Slater has all this potential we keep talking about. Obviously, people are seeing it. Veterans, incredible veterans like JDC, Frankie Kazarian are trying to take an interest in the kid, but he keeps rebuffing everything they're trying to say to him.
Boot right to the face here by Slater. Kazarian a little overzealous. Slater trying to push the pace.
Let's see if he can keep some of that focus JDC was talking about.
Single leg drop kick right to the face.
That was impressive. That was impressive.
The speed with which Leon Slater can close and strike is so impressive. Watch this one more time. Duck underneath and bam, right to the side of the head.
Beautifully done. Huge opening for Leon Slater here. A rare opening against a veteran like Frankie Kazarian. Taking advantage here from the top rope.
Crossover, cross body there. Oh, and a kick out by Kazarian.
Not enough to put the king away. But a great start. Take a look at Slater flying out of your screen there. Almost had it. But the king stays in the fight.
Crossed him up like Allen Iverson. Big fan of John Morant as well. Tremendous fan of basketball. Brings that type of mentality into the ring with him. Such a diverse athlete.
Do they have basketball in England? Yeah, no, they don't, Tom. They don't. There we go. Back to the action, guys. Back to the action.
On another shot to the neck there. And Frankie Kazarian has gone back to the neck a number of times in this matchup.
Easy way to take down a guy who's a bit of a high flyer. You take out that thoracic spine and
going for the chicken wing. That would have been a perfect setup off of that attack. And a one-arm blue thunder bomb.
Wow.
Cover. And a kick out by Kazarian.
Impressive. Impressive.
Almost there, but not quite enough for young Leon Slater.
And you said he's 20 years old, correct?
20 years old.
His goal is to become the youngest X Division champion of all time. That record belongs to the legend Amazing Red. Set that record in 2003 at the age of 21.
Time is ticking. I mean, if he took some of the advice of some of these veterans, he might avoid situations like that and get to his goal.
Leg drop right to the back of the neck there by the savvy, crafty veteran. Kazarian in a slingshot cutter. He's won matches with this in the past. Can he do it here? No, a kick out by Slater.
Wow.
Leon Slater digging down deep. Credit where it's due.
Just a 2 count per our referee, Frank Gastineau. Good call there.
And even Frankie there for a second looked like he couldn't quite believe it. Maybe a little frustration there.
Hold on. Once again, going for the chicken wing, JDC. To your point, Slater able to duck down. Hold on. Here's the cover kick out by Kazarian. Oh, wait a minute. Could it be time for Fade to Black? Was trying to drive Slater down. Slater countered. All right, kick out by Kaz.
Great counter.
Oh, a long leg coming into play. Sending Kazarian to the outside.
I've seen this before. I've felt this before.
Slater, he's got the crowd behind him, looking to take off.
Smart veteran. Smart veteran right there. Smart veteran.
Hold on, though. Slater.
Oh, my God! Big play, Slater!
Hey, kid! You can't win on the floor, idiot. Hey!
And Slater knows that.
You can't win on the floor. You got to get him in the ring. Get in the ring. Get in the ring. See?
Stop
Rookie,
distracting him.
20 years old.
trying to teach the young kid.
Slater is going up top. He's got Kazarian down. He's thinking about the Swanton 450. You've got to see this to believe it. Oh!
Took his eyes off the prize.
Kazarian got the knees up. Handful of tights. Kazarian's pinned Slater.
Here is your winner, Frankie Kazarian.
JDC, your involvement in that perhaps led to Slater's loss.
Too much showboating. Too much showboating. I told you guys.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, still to come tonight on Genesis, Alexander and Santana in an I Quit match.
A man who has been dead set on rising to the top here in TNA Wrestling. Mike Santana fired up here.
Oh, wait a minute. Alexander's got a zip tie. Alexander has incapacitated Mike Santana.
Now it's time for me to get back to the path of purpose. And that's becoming the standard of TNA.
Understand this, as long as I'm in TNA, you will never be the guy.
I go through you and your entire squad in one game, and I prove that I am exactly who I say I am, and that's the nastiest ever.
Spin the block! Nearly took his damn head off! And Chris is gone! And there goes Williams! Time to bring out the walking weapon! Icarus attacking Santana! That's gonna call for a disqualification! Alexander with a C4 spike!
Unfortunately, last week, Mike Santana, well, he sustained an injury.
The last time I was screwed out of a title shot, I went through an entire system by myself. Mike Santana versus Josh Alexander in an I Quit match.
Mike Santana believes the TNA World Championship is on his path for purpose, but standing in his way is the walking weapon.
Woo!
Whoa.
Woo and whoa is right. I mean, the intensity that both Josh Alexander and Mike Santana bring to the ring every single time, it leaves me speechless, truly. But this stipulation, an I Quit match, we're going to see a level of intensity from these two that I don't think we've ever seen before.
So Mike is basically telling him, I don't think you're tougher than me. I don't think that you can go through as much as I'm willing to go through. Do you think that you can come to the ring and you can best me and beat me as a man, not as a wrestler? This is a personal attack. I Quit match means that I got more than you got, and I'm ready to prove it.
And I agree with Mark because Josh Alexander is one of the best wrestlers in the world, but this isn't a wrestling match.
No.
This is an I Quit match, and Mike Santana has taken a hard road. He didn't get this far without getting his dues and taking it and taking some punishment. He's willing to take it in the ring tonight. Man, Mike Santana, this is his night. This is the night that he's been waiting for. No disrespect to Josh Alexander, but Mike Santana's got a lot to prove
he's
tonight.
definitely a weapon, but
Yep.
you're gonna have to bring more than a weapon to the ring tonight. You're gonna have to bring your heart, bring your guts.
Both men started in this company in the tag team division. They split. They went their separate ways. Mike is everything I love about professional wrestling, a redemption story, being open about his personal life. And Josh, something happened to Josh. Josh turned on his fans. He turned because of what? Losing. The hardest part also is to say I quit. I said I quit once in my life, and it was to AJ Styles when he stuck a fork in my eye. And saying those words were the hardest things to ever come out of my mouth. But we'll see what happens tonight. It's going to be very, very physical, bloody. There's a lot of craziness going to happen.
Craziness is for sure. I mean, I've never seen Josh Alexander quit, though. I literally have never seen him quit anything in his life. But then again, I never thought I would see him turn on the fans either. So we're going to see all of that tonight. Who is going to quit? There's only one way to find out, and that's by watching Genesis. It all goes down later tonight.
Yeah.
And what also goes down is our main event. Nick Nemeth puts his title on the line against Joe Hendry.
"2024 was a whirlwind.
Joe Hendry is here in NXT.
If I question every step I take.
Congrats to Joe Hendry. His song is trending worldwide on Apple and Spotify.
Can Joe Hendry carry a company on his back? Could Joe Hendry be the world champion?
The biggest single opportunity of his career.
John Layfield! Oh my God! Danger Zone! Oh my God.
And still, TNA World Champion, Nick Nemeth.
It is an honor, a privilege, and I'll defend it to the day I die. And I know how bad you want this. And I don't know that you're quite ready for it yet.
In this situation, at this level, you don't have unlimited tries.
I've seen hundreds of people like you come and go. 15 minutes of fame right down the drain. There is a reason the wanted man is wanted all over the world as the TNA champion. Because I am the best.
We'll make it till the
My fear was that I could have slipped and fallen back, but I have another chance.
Standing ovation! We still believe!
Nick Nemeth is one of the best in-ring performers to ever do this, and I have just one try left to show that the fans were right, to prove that their belief in me was warranted.
This isn't just a chance or a shot. This is an entire different level.
I have to win this. And at Genesis, we're gonna begin a new era in TNA. And it's gonna start with me lifting the TNA World Championship.
Everyone knows that we will be getting the best damn main event at Genesis. Joe Hendry versus the wanted man for the best damn title in the game.
Now, we're going to give our predictions for that main event later on tonight. So hold your tongues, boys. I know we want to talk about that match, but before we can, I want to know, what are each of you looking forward to the most tonight? Mark, let's start with you.
You know what? I really have to honestly say that watching Joe Hendry and our own Nick Nemeth, who is a host on Busted Open, I'm looking forward to seeing these two guys go at it for different reasons. You know, the main reason with Nick is a champion. He's been a champion everywhere he's ever been. And Joe Hendry has everything championship material that you can find in a wrestler. The people love him. The people chose him. It's not just that he's a good wrestler, a good entertainer, that he has his cool music and all of the things that go with it. It's the fact that Joe wants it, and he has all the tools and just never had the opportunity.
That's bound to be an incredible match. Dave, what are you looking forward to tonight?
One of my all-time favorite matches was Magnum TA and Tully Blanchard at Starrcade I Quit match. I am looking forward to Josh Alexander and
good.
Mike Santana in the I Quit match. They are going to literally kill themselves tonight in that ring.
That is most likely. Now, personally, I'm looking forward to that first ever all knockouts Clockwork Orange House of Fun match. I mean, and especially with
I don't
someone
like
like
scary stuff.
Masha Slamovich and Rosemary involved in this match, you know it's going to get absolutely insane. Dreamer, what are you looking forward to?
That's my match too. Rosemary and I have shared a lot of violence together. I've tagged with her. However, she picked a Ravens housework of Clock Orange type of match, and I don't like Raven, and also Masha is a violent woman. We also were trained by the same trainer, WWE Hall of Famer Johnny Rodz. And Masha's improvement in her speed in the ring alone in the last 3 months is insane. I think Rosemary's going to have to keep up with her.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in to the Countdown to Genesis. I am your host, Gia Miller. Thank you, gentlemen, for sitting down with me this evening. It's been a pleasure to have you out here. I know there's so much to get to. I can't even contain the excitement. They're gonna have to put me in a straitjacket and take me out of here. Whew. I'm sorry.
Whoa.
Guys, that's all we have for the Countdown to Genesis, but we're gonna hear from Joe Hendry and Nick Nemeth one last time.
Say his name and he appears. Tonight is the night. Nick Nemeth defends the TNA World Championship, the richest prize in the game, against Joe Hendry, against me. I've put in the work. I overcame all the obstacles, and tonight is my chance to prove that I am exactly who I say I am. And that is the face of TNA Wrestling as your new TNA World Champion. And when I do it, the entire world will be chanting, "We believe."
We believe. We all believe. I've seen it. I've felt it. I've heard it on the streets, on social media, all over the world, in the crowd. Everyone believes in Joe Hendry. Hell, even I do. But there's believing and knowing. And I know how damn good I am. I know what it takes to get to the top. I know what it takes to stay on top. I know what it takes to outdo yourself every single night as you steal the show left and right. You want to be the best, you have to beat the best. Joe, you're looking at it, brother. Tonight, TNA Genesis, there's something special in the air. There's some magic in the air, and you know you're going to see me do what I do better than anyone else in this business. Joe, everyone's behind you, and they should be. But when it comes to the wanted man, all that matters is being the best, and I prove it tonight as I walk out TNA World Champion. That is how damn good I am.
Well, Tom, Joe Hendry says that he feels like this is his last chance at the TNA World title. And judging from what I just heard from Nick Nemeth, I have never, ever heard him more motivated than ever.
This is one of the biggest nights in TNA Wrestling's history. It's going to be main evented by these two men. The thoroughbred champion, Nick Nemeth, defends the TNA World Championship against Joe Hendry. All the heart of the global phenomenon. Will it be enough tonight at Genesis?
And not only that, the Knockouts World title will be on the line, and this one's going to be nasty. It's a Clockwork Orange House of Fun match as Masha Slamovich defends against Rosemary.
So our broadcast colleague Gia Miller mentioned first all Knockouts Clockwork Orange House of Fun match. This is a dream come true. For the first time ever, the legendary Hardys against the Rascals, and it's all for the TNA World Tag Team Championship.
And this one has gotten very personal. It will be Josh Alexander versus Mike Santana in an I Quit match. And we can now tell you that officially the Northern Armory have been banned from ringside.
That's a big deal for Josh Alexander. Jordan Grace has a point to prove against Tessa Blanchard. Can Grace repel Blanchard from TNA Wrestling tonight at Genesis?
And the Knockouts World Tag Team titles are on the line as Spitfire defend against Ash and Heather by Elegance.
Also, plenty of representation from the System tonight. Eric Young and Steve Macklin will collide with Eddie Edwards and Brian Myers of the System, and that's not all.
Yes, when we kick things off here at 8 p.m. Eastern, it will be Moose versus Ace Austin for the X Division Championship here at TNA Genesis.
I want to thank you all for watching us live and free on TNA social and digital platforms, as well as TNA Plus and especially Sportsnet 360 in Canada live. What an opportunity this is for TNA Wrestling. But Raywalt, do you think Dallas is ready for what we're about to bring tonight?
I mean, I don't think you gotta ask me. You gotta ask every single person packing this building here tonight in Dallas, Texas, baby.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the new beginning. This is TNA Genesis.